Hey everyone, this is Jason here with Level Head Trading, giving you my technical analysis on Tesla. So we're going to just go right to the daily chart first, the smallest time frame I'm going to look at. And what I'm hoping for is that we do have a bottom. It looks very similar to the last daily trend change over here. So here we have the low, and here is your left shoulder and your right shoulder, and then you confirm the daily uptrend, but it didn't go very far, and that resulted in a weekly bear flag. So you go up to the next time frame. If you peter out and you can't sustain it, then that's going to be a weekly bear flag. So obviously we took another leg down, got all the way down to 160.51. 160.51. So I'm looking at this, right? You look at this area here is very similar to here, where we had the low, and then you had the left side, and then you have the right side. So here's the inverse head. So here's the potential inverse head right here. So looks like we're going to make another attempt at finding a a new daily trend change. So first and foremost, this is the high that we need to get over. It's the high actually of this candle. Let me make sure. It's either 184.59, 182, 182. Yeah. So we need to get over that high of 184.59. And that's where I drew the line here. So potentially what could happen if we do set this up, you don't want to break very much lower from here, because then it won't look like an inverse head and shoulders. We got to try to hold this area, not giving up much more than $1 or $2, and then build up back into this area here, equalizing into this time frame over here from the 175 to the 184 area. And if we can build price range in this area, then I'm going to feel more confident that we're building up to a daily trend change again. And hopefully this will finally set the bottom for Tesla. So now jumping into the weekly chart, here's the weekly candles. This was last week. That was when we got to that low of 160. And currently we have a weekly inside bar. So we want that weekly inside bar to break bullish to confirm that daily trend change. And comparing, setting a higher low to this one here at 152.37. So 160.51, that could be the new bottom. That's what I'm hoping for. So it didn't crack this 150, which I thought it might. But now looking at the follow through on these weekly lows here and here and here, and then one more leg down, I'm going to jump into the 2-week chart in just a minute here. So you could draw this line right here, which I'll do right here. Let's try this. All right. So if this holds, then it will be kind of similar in how you make lower lows, and lower low, but it's at a fairly clear, if we can hold this, a fairly clear trend line descending right here. So weekly inside bar, we got one more day left, which is tomorrow. So I'm anticipating that we're going to hold that low of the previous week, 160.51. But then what I really like the look of is the 2-week chart, which I've been talking about, and wanting to create a candle that would look similar to the other times that we had found a bottom. So what I'm talking about here, this is a 2-week candle right here, falling right above the 2-week 200 moving average. So here is where you set the higher low on the 2-week time frame. And notice that wedge of 2 weeks right here. So that's 2 weeks, 2 weeks, 2 weeks, 2 weeks. So this was basically from January of 2023, the end of January, to basically the end of April. So that took quite a while to play out. So you have that descending wedge, and then you broke out and came up to here. So now on a much longer time frame, we have a descending, another one similar, but it's taking a much longer period of time. So zooming in on this 2-week candle, it looks very similar to how this played out and how this one played out. That was the all-time low in a very long time. So another low right there, higher low. And if it plays out the same way, then I'm thinking this might be it. This might be the final 2-week candle that shows you the bottom at 160.51. You have this descending period of time, a long period of time here. This took from July of last year to now. So we're going into like 8 months of time to possibly get this bottom in and then go up from here. So I really like the 2-week candle as comparing it to how the bottom was set there on a 2-week candle and how the bottom was set right here on the 2-week candle. So I'm readjusting my downside and saying that I feel pretty, I would say a 70% chance that this is the low. This is the new low, a new higher low relative to the big time frame, to this one right here of 152.37, right? You want to hold, that previous low. And so if this holds, then it also holds the monthly low, because this right here was the monthly low, the higher low relative to that, and then you went straight up. So on the monthly chart, that is what I'm talking about right here. That's the 150 month right there, 152.37. And if we hold that 152.37 with a new higher low on the monthly chart, then the higher low is going to be 160.51. That's what I'm looking at. And it looks pretty good. I feel pretty good about this because on the monthly chart, you got an RSI at 44.25. Not too many times that you see Tesla down at that area on a monthly chart. That was the bottom there. You got all the way down to 38, coming off of 91. So from 91, cooled off, got all the way down to that 38, major push up, and now trying to set that monthly higher low relative to this one. It could be a quarterly. You could go, I haven't done this, but you could look at it as a 3-month time frame, right? We got January, February, March coming to the end. That's 3 months, and it's going to be the same thing. These are 3-month time frames. So the lower high on the 3-month time frame, on the quarterly time frame, a lower high, potentially the higher low, as long as you hold that 152.37. 3 months of time coming to the end of March. That's 3 months. This candle is January, February, March. And that one right there. Got to hold that low. And just zooming in to try to see that. So you see the volume, it's not extreme, right? It's not a lot of volume compared to right here where you set that bottom there. You had much more volume. So 3 months of volume coming to a close. We're pretty close to finishing that. So again, I really like the 2-week time frame to show you that candle right there. The momentum to the downside, slowing down, putting on the brakes, and stopping it from having a wide, long body candle. This is a small body, small body. You pull back. You had gone up at one point to this level, which was that 180. Well, on this candle, this 2-week time frame, the high was 182.87. But during this one was where you have that daily level that you want to eventually get over to confirm the daily trend change. So you need to get over 184.59. So that's the key level. 184.59, you either break above it, confirm the daily trend change, or you don't. And you then proceed lower. So the guideline is 160.51 on the low side, got to get over 184.59. So we're kind of in the middle there, right? We're at $12, about $12 from the low and about $12 from the high. We're like right in the middle. So what I would really like to see that would give me more confidence is that we really don't give up much more from right here. We want to hold this level, 172, say on the low side, 172, 171. I really don't want to break below the low of that daily candle. If we do break below it, the more important thing is how does the day finish? Maybe you peak below and then you push back up hard. That would give me more confidence. And then what I would hope is that you have days in here where you're just trading back and forth between this range of 184 and where we currently are at, 170, 172. If we can stay up here, hold that level, then I will feel more confident that that is the low, 160, and that we proceed higher, finally set that bottom and start working our way to higher highs. So that's my video for today. Hope you like it. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and I'll talk to you again soon. Let's see how this week plays out, but probably more important, it's going to be how next week plays out.